Hmm. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. On a Sunday, peace and blessings. For those of you who are watching the replay, peace and blessings to you right here. I'm just taking a walk around the park. So today's goal is to basically do 5K around this park, right? So we're just gonna have a walk and talk, and probably try to fill you in on a few things, maybe a few announcements. So I'll just wait for a few people to come on in the room, and then we'll get going. But other than that, this is gonna be a walk and talk. It's a Sunday. Today is obviously a nice day. Loads of people out here. Let me show y'all. So obviously we have family, friends, just playing some kick volleyball. Everybody's having their own good time. Beautiful day. There's dogs around. There's people walking, running, you name it. Just a really beautiful and grand day. So like I said, the purpose of this live today is going to be a 5K walk. And as well as we're going to talk about some things maybe on my mind, some things I probably need to say, and so forth. So who's ever in the room, make yourself known. That's all right, don't be shy. Just make yourself known. Whoever's in the room, don't be shy. We're just gonna have a walk and talk. So in the meantime, peace and blessings to everyone that's watching. So for everybody that's watching the replay, please hit the like button for me. And as well as if you're watching the replay, make sure you leave a comment and let me know what you think. And for those of you who have not subscribed, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and help me to grow this channel. All right, so we can get it going. How you doing? Yes, sir. See. Kindness definitely pays. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But just to let y'all know, I'm just doing a 5K walk. And I'm taking you with me. Right here at this park. Because it's really nice. That's a nice day too. So, yep. So in case you guys are wondering what that noise was, that was the train. There's a train on the other side of where I'm at that passes through. So that's what you're hearing basically, okay? So, yes, I tell you, I find it interesting when I have the camera out and I notice how people view you because you're talking to a camera, and even though they can't necessarily see what I'm seeing, but it's interesting to see how they're looking at you because you're trying to talk to someone that's on the other side and make them feel comfortable and welcome. So I see a few in the room. So I need my glasses, so let me pull it out and let me read what the comments is saying. All right, so we got N2. Hey, what's going on, N2? Michael Vincent, you look like Daley Thompson. Okay, I'll take that. Whoever Daley Thompson is. So, you know, God bless him. Cool. So how's y'all day going, man? Tell me about it. You know, how's your Sunday? Was there any plans? Anything you got going on? Y'all talk to me while y'all join me on this walk and talk. It's the first of the month. It is September 1st, okay? And we're just gonna get it in. All right. Oh yeah. So, just to give you a few fun facts about this particular park, okay? So generally around this time between, shall we say, 4 and 7, usually most days, you'll see people walking, running, doing all sorts of stuff, you know, on the park's trail. And generally it's either to get fit, stay fit, or to stay healthy, or just to get out. So speaking of, with this particular walk that I'm doing, I'm just gonna take y'all on basically the scenic route. Let me get out so I don't get hit, okay? I'm just gonna take y'all on the scenic route so that you can kind of see the vibes. I kind of get the really cool views and things like that. Okay. So obviously we got families that are out. Yep. All right. We got families. We got couples that are out. Let's see. We got all sorts of people that are out at this park for various reasons, obviously. And it's a bit of a thing. Definitely. Definitely. So, just to kind of let you know about something. So, I've been going through just a few changes, okay? And one of the things I've been going through is the fact that, you know, I'm here in London, although I call my home Pattaya, Thailand, but I'll get to that at a different point. But anyways, so what I'm saying is, because of the challenges that I'm facing right here, I realize that with my YouTube channel, I need to kind of, shall we say, get a little bit more involved than I used to be in the past. And that's for a good reason, because obviously my channel is monetized, which is great. And so it's almost like saying, I think at this point I need to take a leap of faith and just go full-time on YouTube and just be a full-time YouTuber, so that this is how not only I make the videos, but this is how I'm able to earn money, earn a living, and all these types of things and accolades that comes with being a YouTuber, you know, and obviously we want to grow the channel as far as we can possibly take it. And so my goal as far as growing this channel is obviously going to be 100K. Now, in order for me to grow to 100K, that means I need to be a little bit more active than I have been in the previous months. So it's not an impossible feat. It just means it will take time, and however long that's going to take, that's only going to determine by the fate of the channel and how I upload as often. Big Daddy, what's going on, man? Hey. Yes, sir. Let's see who else is in the house. The two blondes walking in. Okay. Okay, I hear you, Rob. I guess. But, yeah. So, by the way, peace and blessings to Big Daddy and Rob Walker. Peace and blessings to you on a Sunday. So feel free to let me know what's on your mind, what's going on. Yeah, man, not a problem, man. So I'm just having a walk and talk. The goal right here is to do a 5K around this park that I'm at. So yeah, man, thank you. Yeah, so like I said, the goal is to do a walk and talk. And so to complete that walk and talk around the park, and by the way, I'm going to be taking you guys and ladies on the scenic route, you know, as opposed to just walking, you know, more alongside the street, just to give you a little bit more of a peaceful vibe and kind of show you the vibe of what's going on with people. Like, for example, if you look over there, you know, you can see, you know, there's a family riding their bicycles, and there's a guy over there just sitting, and he's just chilling out. All right. So, yeah. Let's see. Right now, I'm in the UK, bro. And I'm just here only for a certain amount of time. And then I'll be leaving. But I'll keep you guys update. You know, just like I was explaining earlier, that the goal is to do more YouTube videos than I have been before. So I'm taking the leap of faith because it's the first of the month, and at the time that I'm doing this video, okay, it's September 1st, all right? So in case you are wondering, the time right now is 5:11, okay? That's the time right now, 5:11, okay? So speaking of this park, obviously, you can catch the bus and it'll drop you off right here at the spot, okay? Those are the number buses that you can catch, okay? So that's what's happening. Oh yeah, of course, man. Listen. So let me just say this to you, Big Daddy. It was funny because the other day I was talking with someone, right? And I was just telling them, you know, the older that you get, the more you realize that your peace of mind is probably the most important thing ever. Because when you have peace of mind, it means that's the best way to live, right? When you don't have a peace of mind and you have things that are disturbing and things like that, it's not nice, you know? And so if you can protect your peace of mind at all times, you find yourself looking at things differently, and as well as you find yourself dealing with things differently. So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about, and I'm just going to use myself as the example. Okay, so let me just do it this way. All right, so let me talk to you directly. Okay, so before, right, I would take a lot of stuff personal, like a lot of stuff, right? And as I got older and you gain wisdom, and maybe age has something to do with it. Okay, but anyways, but the whole idea is you realize that it takes more energy to be mad. It takes more energy to be upset. It takes more energy for anything of that nature than it does to be happy, than it does to feel calm, peaceful, or anything of that sort, right? And so because it takes up less energy, that's even the more reason to say, was it really worth getting that upset for? Now, there are legitimate reasons to get upset. Yes, I will give understanding for that. And I will say, yes, there are legitimate reasons. But at the same time, there comes a point where you say, how long am I going to hold on to this? You see, that to me makes the difference. Not the point of getting mad, no. The point of how long am I going to hold on to this? Because like I was saying to you guys, it takes a lot of energy, And the fact that it takes a lot of energy, that means that while you're still holding on, you're losing energy, okay? So that's just one way of looking at it, okay? And so why hold on to the energy if you really don't have to? Because if you really think about it, you being mad, that's just your mindset. That's not something, where you just be mad and you stay mad, and unless you have, and I would like to say this politically correct, so please forgive me if I've offended anybody, but unless you have a mental problem where you can't handle certain things, or a neurological problem where because you have what is called trigger points, and that's what keeps you mad, yes. So that you can give a little leeway to. But if you don't have none of that, then you could change your mind. You know what I'm saying? And so that goes to another point where I've always been one to say to people, you're always, and I think I've done a video about this, but as a matter of fact, yeah, I believe I've done a video about it. If I can find it, I'm going to put the link in the description, okay, so that you guys can go check that out. All right? But anyways, what I'm saying here is you're always one decision away. Sit. You're always one decision away. All right? So I guess if you want to call this my Sunday sermon, then you're welcome. But anyways, so I'm going to continue on with the walk on this nice day on a Sunday here in London. Okay, so I'm going to show you all the sights. So y'all feel free to, say something on the chat. We could talk. I'm good with that. You keep me company, I keep you company. Fair deal. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Big Daddy Rob. But anyways, so getting back to what I was saying with age was that another thing, you know, with age is that you notice that you don't do the same things as you used to, you know, when, let's say, you were in your 20s, you were in your 30s, or whatever the year was where you were at that age where you were, shall we say, evolving into the next phase, right? And so I'll give you another example of what I'm talking about. Like, I'm in my 50s, okay? So for you, for those of you who don't believe it, believe it. Okay? But anyways, what I'm saying is, yes, I'm in my 50s, yes, and I'm doing damn good. So, so here's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things that in my 50s I don't do per se, and it's not because it's bad, it's just I've evolved. That's the simple answer. You know, of course there's certain things that I don't do because either A, I've grown up, or B, there's no point in me doing that anymore. That's all it is, right? And so that's a good thing, or at least for myself, because it means for every time I've gotten older and I'm making, shall we say, decisions that are in my best interests, then that's how basically I live my best life, right? And to me, I think, in my humble opinion, that's how you're supposed to live your best life, you know, is to be able to make decisions that are best for you. Not based upon what you heard, not based upon, nope. Because I'll tell you why. Sometimes people can say things based upon their experiences, and that's not to knock the experience, because it could be very well valid. However, the only way to find out, sometimes in certain cases, is you gotta experience it yourself. And the problem is, if you don't experience it yourself, you can never know the real answer. You know, sorry, you're not gonna know the real answer. Keith Jenkins in the house. Salute. Yes, sir. Peace and blessings to Keith Jenkins in the house. Yes, sir. Thumbs up to you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We love it. We love it. All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, Big Rob, you know, listen, I'm totally, listen, let me show y'all something. Let me show you something, okay? Like, here's an example of, shall we say, aging, right? Actually, by the time I was in my mid-40s, you know, up until that point, I had no need, no need to wear reading glasses. Like, you know, I can see from afar and things like that. But if we're talking about something up close, something I need to read where it's, you know, a little bit up closer, then I need to wear these, okay? But I didn't discover that until I hit my 40s. And so I realized that only because of when I started getting headaches, certain things was going on, and I noticed my reading was becoming more and more and more bad, to the point that sometimes I can't even focus. So, oh, sorry about that. Let me just show y'all something really interesting. Check this out. So I don't know if y'all could see right over there, okay, there's a chick. She has like a globe or something, and she's just balancing and doing tricks and blah 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 blah, okay? And she's got hula hoops, and yes, she is attractive, definitely. But she's doing her thing. And as you can see, look. People are having picnics. People are working out. You know, you have people who come to sunbathe, friends, you got family, you got single people, you got married people, couples, you name it. People who just want to come out and just be in the park, okay? And that's the vibe that's happening on a Sunday. So anyways, so getting back to what I was saying. So anyway, so getting back to what I was saying was that so when I discovered that my head was starting to hurt, and especially me trying to read and things like that, you know, I had to check my eyes. And it was only that when I checked my eyes and I discovered what the real problem was because I couldn't read and see. So that was a sign of aging, okay? And so, you know, when I first got the glasses, I gotta admit, I struggled to wear them because I thought maybe this is just a phase, maybe this is just something that will go away. But the truth of the matter is, I needed the glasses. That's the truth of the matter. I really needed it. And because I needed it, I needed to just go ahead and just admit to myself, get a pair of reading glasses so that you can see and you can read, okay? And so once I got the reading glasses, then that made all the that made all the difference, you know, as to how I was able to see and read things properly, okay? And so that's just one of the signs of aging that I had to embrace, and as well as, you know, there are a host of many other things, but that's just to give you guys an example. Shout out to Lisa J. Stocks. So speaking of Lisa J. Stocks, okay, if y'all want to know anything about what's going on with the stock market, if y'all want to know what her thoughts are about stocks, bonds, blah, 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 or whatever, please go check out her channel. Please go subscribe to her channel. Definitely watch the videos, give it a like, comment, all of that stuff. And tell her I said it as well as if you learn something from it, you gain information from it, then that's the best value is being able to say, I can take my money and turn it into something. So shout out to Lisa J. Stocks. By the way, Lisa, peace and blessings to you on a Sunday. Yes, indeed. So as we continue the walk and talk, and I'm gonna continue the 5K. Okay. It's a rather nice day. Yeah, man. It's liking the vibe, weather, that stuff. So, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Lisa. I'm using my phone, so just forgive me. But I will do my best to make sure that you guys can hear me. So how are you today, Lisa? What's going on? How's life on a Sunday? Tell me what's going on, Lisa. Wow. I tell you. So here's something I just wanted to bring up, because this is another interesting fact. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all something. All right. So obviously, as you guys can see, there's a group of people. Okay, and here's something interesting. Okay, so some of those people I just looked at like, hey, you know, and they just looked at me like, and so and so that tells you the difference in how an environment will make in terms of where you're at, the type of people that you're dealing with, and things like that. And so sometimes, all right, how you doing? See, now that was cool, right? Now, what I'm saying here is, what I've noticed in certain parts is that people are very, shall we say, closed, just to give you a simple hello, or if you look at them like, hey, you know, that's it, you're not wanting anything, and they just look at you like. And I always find it interesting when I go to certain parts, I could say hello and I get it right back. Or sometimes I go to certain parts and that's just a normal thing. And I always find it interesting. Why is that the case in some places than in others? Now, we can put two factors into this, right? One, we can put the obvious factor, which could be race. Okay. The other factor we can put into this is, we can say attitude. Okay? Another factor we could put into this, which kind of goes hand in hand, is morals and values, which determines, you know, how you are as a person and how you see the world and how the world sees you, right? So we can use those factors. But whichever factor we choose to use, it definitely is a reason as to why someone is not going to give you the greeting that you're giving them. Now, the objective side could say, well, if you don't expect anything, then, you know, it doesn't affect you. And that's true. So let me show y'all something. So right over there, these guys are playing cricket. Okay? So they're having a cricket match. Okay? As you can see, batsman over there, the guy with the ball. Okay? Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh! Oh, you almost caught it. Oh man, look at that, look at that. All right, pretty cool. Yes. Oh yeah. All right, so let me see what Big Daddy is saying. He says, I'm getting up there in age too. I'm not gonna say his age. So yeah, definitely. Thank you for relating, man. Yeah. You know, I sometimes I just think it's just an interesting thing to just kind of think about. And the reason why I'm saying this is because life is so short sometimes that you can go through a lifetime of doing all sorts of things and go through changes. And by the time you go through whatever changes, and you've been there, done that, sometimes you could easily forget that you've evolved, and it's not a bad thing. You know what I mean? Or sometimes it could be the case where, unfortunately, it could be your last time that you see Earth. And speaking of, just to use as an example, but I want to say this in the most honorable way. So there's a guy named Fat Man Scoop. Excuse me, Fat Man Scoop. His given name was Isaac, by the way. And Fat Man Scoop was the guy who had, shall we say, the hype voice or the loud voice in a couple of hit records that are being played worldwide. And he had a very, very distinct voice that, when you hear that voice, that's him. That's Fat Man Scoop. Unfortunately for Fat Man Scoop, he was out on a performance, and one of the last things he said was, "Make some noise," well, in the way that he does it. And just after he says that, he passes out. And so, right after he passed out, not too long afterwards, unfortunately, he passed away. And he passed away living to see the age of 53. Okay? Now, when you think about a guy like Fat Man Scoop, who's lived to see the age of 53, I would say this guy has lived a good amount of years, not a long enough amount of years, but a good amount of years to be able to say he's accomplished, to say he's been there, done that, and to also say that he's built a legacy and things like that. Okay? Now, the other side of the argument is, we would say, gone too soon, right? And that's just, shall we say, an act of God in this case, because it wasn't like, he was killed, or, it wasn't anything of that nature. Let's put it that way, right? So we will just say, in his honor, that God called upon him, and that's why he passed away. Okay? But nonetheless, that just goes to show you that, it's another reminder how short life is. And so this is why I circle it back to peace of mind is so important, because I'm pretty sure at that point in his life and everything that he's gone through, all the ups and the downs, and all the videos that I've seen of this guy and how he got along with people for the most part, he genuinely was, he genuinely looked like he had a peace of mind. And it's unfortunate that he passed away, but nonetheless, I can pretty much, tell you, based upon what I've seen, and I hope I'm not wrong in saying this, but this guy passed away with a peace of mind, because imagine the last thing he said, was the last thing he felt good about. So there you have it. Oh boy. What's anyways? All right, so what's Big Rob saying? The main thing for us is to pass on. Yeah, definitely. I mean, now here's what I'll say to that, Big Daddy. All right. You can only pass on wisdom to those who are willing to listen and receive. Okay? If they're not willing to do that, then it can't be passed on. That's just the simple answer, in my humble opinion. Okay? Even though sometimes we have the best of intentions when we're trying to pass on wisdom and we're trying to pass knowledge to those that we feel who need it. And even though we have we kind of have their, shall we say, best interests at heart, but sometimes it could be selfish, because do we really have their best interests at heart, or do we have our best interests at heart for them? Meaning, are we doing it because we think they need to hear it, or are we doing it because they want to hear it? That's the question. And when you can answer one of two questions, that's when you know who's going to listen and who's not going to listen. Okay? Oh yeah. Ooh-wee. Yeah, it is definitely a nice breeze, you know, not too cold, but just cool enough, shall we say. Even though when I'm walking, I'm kind of out of the sun, so it's somewhat of a, shall we say, balance of it being cool, but it's still warm enough as far as the temperature. Yeah. So, yep. So as you can see, I'm still going. So for those who are watching the replay, please, it costs you nothing to hit the like button. It costs you nothing to hit the subscribe button. It costs you nothing to leave a comment and let me know what you think. Okay? If you guys and gals and whoever else is watching think I should do a walk and talk every Sunday, please let me know in the comments, and I think I'll start doing that every Sunday, because obviously it's good for me, and provided the the weather's good. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, Rob, as long as the weather permits, that's what I'll do. And maybe I might just do it, let's say, I think between 3 and 4 is a good time, because I like when the weather, especially when it's like this, around 3 and 4, that's a good time. Or even 2, yeah, 2 is a good time, no problem. But yeah, I think between 3 and 4 is really a nice time to do the walk and talk. Okay. So speaking of this 5K, now I've walked around this park quite a couple of times from before, and generally it takes me, let's say, usually about 50 minutes to complete it. But usually by the time I finish completing one of the rounds, I usually just walk another, shall we say, 2K or something, you know what I'm saying? So looks like she's displaying all her stuff there. Okay, very cool. All right, well, if you think so, all right, I'll definitely get it going. How you doing, sir? I'll definitely get it going if you if you say so. And so my goal, or at least one of my goals on this channel, is to be full-time at this point and at this stage. So obviously I'm going to try to crank out a lot of videos as possible, and try to go live a lot more often when the time and when the moment fits for me to do so, of course. So that's going to be the plan. And obviously I'm going to try to put out as many videos as possible, and just continue to grow and keep it going. Yeah. So let me ask you something, Rob, since you're with me. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Rob. Thank you. So let me ask you something. So since you've been with me on this walk and talk, so what's your thought on the park itself in terms of the scenery, you know, people, whatever? What's your thoughts? Now, even though this is in London, because as you know, with London, it can get cold. So as long as it's a really nice day like today, and especially, you know, on the weekend, you'll see a lot more people coming out and, you know, just kind of on their own vibe, so to speak. Okay, so y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think of this park so far. All right, do y'all think it's a cool park? Or do you think maybe I should go, you know what? Maybe every week I'll go to a different park and walk around the park as a walk and talk. What do you think about that? Y'all think that's a good idea? Do you think it's a terrible idea? Maybe I should try that. But again, you know, that's provided weather is good. That's provided my schedule, in terms of if I have certain things going on, will permit. Let's see. Rob says the park looks great. I love when folks gather an active park. Where I'm from, Philadelphia, the famous park. That's what. Oh, okay, very cool. So let me ask you this, Rob. So is the park that you're talking about, is it like a national park, or is it just a local park, or what's the vibe of the park? What's the vibe? I'll go ahead. Okay. I'm just doing the scenic route. Okay. So you can get a vibe of not just me walking, but you can also see the people, you know, like I said, they're just on their own vibe. Whether it's as you can see, there's a picnic, there's couples, there's families, people just laying out for whatever the reason. You know, everybody's on their own thing. It's a good thing. Okay, Rob says it's a national park spread out. Okay, very cool. So I will look that up and see what the park is about. Yes indeed. Oh my goodness. Yes. See, like I said, people are just on their own vibe. Now, I'm just showing y'all my walk, and whatever you see as far as the view from when I'm walking, that's what's happening at the time and at the moment. So by the time I swing around and I basically go under the bridge, which you'll see shortly, I would have completed my 5K walk. But not to worry, I'm just gonna keep walking until I feel it's time for me to stop walking, or until I have nothing else to say at this moment. But it's all good. It's all good. But let's see. So far, not so bad. Not so bad. Not so bad. My timing is not so bad. Like I said, generally I can complete it in about 50 minutes at the pace that I'm going. But of course, if I was to run or to really speed walk, I would complete this a lot faster. But again, this is a walk and talk. So, oh yeah. Ooh-wee. I like this. I like this walk and talk. Yeah, so somebody's obviously setting up shop over there. I guess they have their own little party happening, which is pretty cool. Okay. Yes, indeed. For everybody that's watching the replay, peace and blessings to you. Today is Sunday that I'm doing this live on the replay. It is the 1st of the month, September 1st, 2024 to be exact. But of course on the replay, whenever you're watching this, thank you in advance for your support. Woo-wee. Yeah. Well, I definitely have to say shout out to Rob for the encouragement for me to go live and to stick with me and have this walk and talk. And if there's anything on your mind, Rob, you know, you can join in and say what's on your mind. And we can have a walk and talk right here, live. Or think of it as live therapy. Maybe that's what I should call the next one. Live therapy. Walk and talk, live therapy. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Yeah. I think I'm going to do that. All right, so I've completed the 5K. Okay, I've completed it. Oh, yeah. So now I'm just taking a different kind of scenic walk, okay, just to kind of add to the 5K. So it might be 7, might be 8, whatever at this point. Once I've completed the 5, I'm good to go. Anything after this point, it's just extra. So, yes, sir. Yes, sir. There you go. All right, so what are you asking? You're saying, tell us what. Oh my God. Oh man. There's so many YouTubers that I check out. You know, and here's the thing, right? I don't look at like one particular type of YouTuber, because I look at different YouTubers from different backgrounds, walks of life, niches, and obviously all for different reasons. There's some, like for example, that I watch because they give a lot of valuable information. There's some I just find them entertaining, in as well as, you know, they might be saying something serious, but the way that they're delivering it to me is entertaining. Even sometimes with some of the drama, I find entertaining sometimes. There's not a whole lot of drama channels that I necessarily watch, because sometimes it becomes too mundane, where it's basically the same old, same old, same old. And it's like, okay, you know, how many ways can we say, you know, the same thing, right? And for me, it gets a little boring after a while. Let's see, what else? YouTubers. There's certain family channels I like to watch. To be honest, most of the channels I like to watch are just simply because it's entertaining. That's really the core of it. And then of course I watch, like, you know, live music concerts. Let's see. Sometimes I like to watch and see how people build and put things together. You know, I like to look at stuff like that, or even like before I got into YouTube, I used to watch a lot of TLC, like when they would, you know, do programs like Trading Spaces and, you know, and Flip the House, and, you know, those types of programs where, you know, they would just build something from scratch, or, you know, they would take something and they would turn it into a concept, and the way that they would build it, it's sort of like saying, man, I never thought of it that way. And so I just like stuff like that, you know. Or even something like I'll see like a guy, like there's a guy that I watch sometimes. You know, he will do these, I guess you can call it challenge, right? Where, like, for example, he bought this scooter. He's married, by the way. He bought the scooter, and he wants to give it to his father-in-law as a gift, so that his father-in-law can use the scooter to get around the town and things like that. But here's the thing. This guy is in England, and the father-in-law lives in Italy. And also, the scooter operates totally on electric. However, it also has what is called solar panel. I forgot what they call it, but the point is, it also operates on solar panel. Okay, so the challenge was for him to ride all the way from England, okay, straight to his dad's house, however long that took. Okay, and so he's got to be able to do it in a way where he really can't take the normal breaks like, you know, a normal person would have done on that particular scooter, because the scooter only goes but so fast, right? And so because of his limitations, that's part of the challenge. And so he completes the challenge, obviously, but it's just following him along on the journey of how he started, what he had to go through, and then of course he shows you the adjustments that he's got to be able to make in order to get there, which was pretty interesting, by the way. And as well as, you know, the challenges of, you know, when you're going on these long roads and you can only go but so fast, and, you know, simple things as food, gas, could be miles and miles and miles and miles away before you can even, you know, get anything. And so because the other challenge could be you only have but so much battery power to utilize and to get from point A to point B. So anyways, that's just stuff that I like to check out as well. So there's a whole lot of different channels. I don't have one particular type. Yeah, but sometimes, you know, there are other channels that I like to look at that, for example, there's a guy, he has a certain way of filming his YouTubes, and he just uses the same old camera, but it's his editing, you know, that is so interesting. You know, how he goes from one thing to the next, or how he tells the story, and he's really good at it. And so because of that, that is something that inspires me to say, how can I improve my storytelling, or what can I add on my channel to be able to say, how can I fit this into my mold and make it quote unquote my style, right? Anyways, so that answers that question. So yeah, it's a nice day. Look here. Yes. Yes. So like I say to everybody, thank y'all for watching me right here on this live Sunday, the first of the month. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So, man, definitely a nice day. Ooh-wee. Yeah. But you're right, Rob. I definitely should be doing this a lot more often. It's definitely good for my health. It's good for my mind, definitely. Oh my goodness, yes. You know, and a lot of other reasons, but you're definitely right. I need to do this a little bit more often. But yeah. So, oh yeah. So what's your plan for today, man? So whoever else is in the building, make yourself known. Don't be shy. I won't bite, except for the dog barking. He'll bite if, I guess, if you bother him. But other than that, we're just having a walk and talk, you know? No rhyme, no reason, just a walk and talk. That's it. Yes, indeed. Oh. Yes. Look at this dog. Love it. Look at this dog. Look little dog. Look at the dog. Man, that's something I learned about certain dogs, man. Listen, if you don't show fear, okay, they'll just bark. That's all. They just bark. You know, they'll try to intimidate, but you show no fear. No. You see, one thing you learn about certain dogs is they can sense fear. They can sense when certain things are happening. Okay? They know. They know. Trust me. All right? They know. Yeah, man, it's just a vibe, brother. It's just a vibe. So, as y'all can see, life is just happening. Live, you know, right in front of me. That's it. Live. That's all. Yeah, man. It's all good. Yes. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to this bench and I'm gonna continue this live on the bench. Yes, indeed. Yes. Yes, indeed. All right. So. Ooh-wee. Ah. Oh, yeah. All right. Whew. Man. Wow. Wow. You know, while I'm walking, it's like as though, you know, it's like I don't feel necessarily like, no, you know, I'm good. But now that I'm settling down, now I can feel the let's see what Rob is saying. Okay, another question is what direction do you want to take your channel in the future? Okay, so the question Rob is asking is what direction do you want to take the channel in the future? That's hard to say because the best answer I could give to you is this, is that because this channel is basically surrounding around my story, however I see life, or if I want to talk about certain things and certain issues, it's hard to say how my life will evolve from now, even let's say a week from now, you know, to a month. Hard to say. I kind of have an idea, yeah, but at the same time, life and things can happen sometimes at a moment's notice. So it's kind of hard for me to answer that one because I don't necessarily have like one of those niche channels where, for example, if my channel was all about cooking rice, you know what I mean? You know, at least, you know, with something like that, if my next thought was, okay, well, I wanted to try cooking meat, or maybe I don't want to do cooking at all. Maybe I want to do fixing cars, you know, then yeah. But because the channel is about my life, I can include all of that. But at the same time, it's hard for me to say. So I'm just going to keep it going so that the whole point is to present to you the Mikey story. Okay, and speaking of the Mikey story, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and as well as give this a like. Okay, share this video. Share this video. You see, it's live. See, look, I'm getting tongue twisted. But anyways, share this video with your family and your friends, and as well as leave a comment and let me know what you think. All right, and we will continue the journey. So yes, indeed. So the time right now, as I'm doing this video, it is 6:08. Today is September 1st. It's the first of the month. Okay, and for those of you who missed out on what I was saying earlier, so the key points I'll go through is this: is life evolves, and the other thing I wanted to say is at this point I am going to take a leap of faith and become a full-time YouTuber. Yes, I'm going to take a leap of faith starting today, and that's why I'm doing this live, and I'm just talking and just thinking out loud as we go. So yeah, man, it's great. So let me show y'all the scene. So this is where I'm at. Okay, this is the park. Definitely a nice day. Okay, warm temperature. Okay, it's not too hot, not cold. You know, not much of a breeze. All right, this is what I'm working with as far as the scenes. Yes, indeed. Y'all take it in. Yes, indeed. Y'all take it in. Yes, indeed. Yeah, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Yeah, definitely. It's a nice view, you know, and very relaxing, very tranquil, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. So, speaking of this live, well, I guess if there's nothing else that is on anybody's mind that they would like to talk about, or if you'd like to have free therapy, then I'll go ahead and end this live. And once again, I will bid you peace and blessings. And I will try to do these types of lives a little bit more often. And thank you so much, Rob, for hanging with me. Peace and blessings to you. And I'll definitely, you know, walk in faith and not by sight. And on that note, yes, thank you, brother. Thank you, Rob. So I would definitely like to give a shout out to Rob, Big Daddy L Rob, who definitely took the time to hang out with me, and anybody else who took the time to hang out with me. Just like to give thanks, peace and blessings to you on this Sunday. And I will definitely catch y'all on the next video, and hopefully on my next live I'll definitely catch you. One love.